you know, as my birthday rolls around, I find myself not taking stock really, but, you know, as I looked over my life, not chronologically really, but more in terms of what mattered most, what was most definitive in my growth. A big era for me was about I don't know. I felt like I'm going in 55-year cycles. You know, about every 55 years, I begin anew, which means I'd have to live to be 110. It's not really about chronology, but I was on the verge of leaving home for the first time, really setting out on my own. You know, sort of pulling away from the family unit long enough to understand my distinct personality outside of the immediate family. And I feel like I'm closing out a 55-year cycle. I was born in 55. Maybe that's why I keep thinking of that. You know, my brain gets in a muddle. I'm not very good with numbers anyway. I've had some brain injury, and I think that's the part of my brain that was really kicked in the pants and maybe somehow gave me a more direct access to this kind of stuff. Roughly when I started doing tarot as well. Justice card. Libra energy. After Virgo comes Libra, and an evening up of, you know, sorry, it's early in the morning. I just need it. Something, a decision that's fair and just and balanced. Libra, an air sign, you know, having come to some sort of clarity. There we are. And it's not just me because I'm a Virgo. It's all of us who are, I mean, basically all of us. I think for Queen of Pentacles, somebody who's grounded and authentic and caring. You know, there's an equaling up of both sides. Libra is a card of relationship, of an equal and balanced this to that. So if this person is giving, she's also receiving. Lovers. Equal and balanced relationship. Yin, yang. Nobody's overgiving, nobody's undergiving. These are the twins. Card of Gemini. You know, it can mean, it can have a question mark at the end of it because lovers also means the choice. A fair and balanced decision, a choice. To give and receive. You know, to enter into partnerships that are like this, where they're reciprocal, where they're balanced, where the two sides of this relationship nobody's getting short shrift, not at all. This is great. This is great news. Tell us more about the relationship, please. And I see that, it can be a decision, a legal decision, but with Lovers here, it seems to me it's doubling down on the idea that this is a relationship between two people. Could be internal. One's relationship to oneself, authentic self. That's a very good thing to have, for sure. For any relationship, for anything fair and equal going forward. 2 cards came out. Death card, card of Scorpio, and the next sign after Justice, Libra. For some reason, I'm seeing it as a relationship that's being liberated. Something's transformed. Something's ended. And now things can be, the scales can be balanced. Implication, something was imbalanced in the past, but that's changing, and it's Scorpionic energy, it's water energy. It's about feelings. These two are air sign energies. The choices we make, who we pick. We have the free will to pick our partner. This is, Adam and Eve coming out of the garden into the place of free will. That's why it's called the fortunate fall, because yes, you think you're booted out of Eden, this idyllic place where basically without boundaries, but they're really entering into the world, knowing their own this from that, their own separateness, their own connectedness. The bond. Knowing it, sword energy. I think being able to recognize in that sword energy way the balanced relationship. And that marks a change. There may have been a sort of resistance to change. On the level, about what we feel. A resistance to change. A resistance to change. 8 of Swords, about what we feel. This is air energy again. Energy of Lovers. Energy of Justice. If somebody was trapped up in their heads about something, somebody's playing outside. If they were in a kind of a mental cage, if they were resisting feelings that were in flux, feelings that would transform everything. It's sort of like, can't go there. I don't think I can go there. Okay, we got a little glob here. The little glob says, under Lovers, somebody's ready to show up, possibly for some face-to-face exchange, but it's little. There's something trivial about it. The feelings have been blocked. They've been blocked by something to do with overthinking and somehow somebody's beliefs being co-opted. And all they could give was just a little bit. Hoping that would signify to the other person in this relationship, you know, something big is going on kind of in the subconscious, in the archetypal crucible, you know, the deepest part of ourselves has kind of somehow melted this. It's almost like swords into plowshares, you know, melted this barrier. So now things are ending and new things are beginning. And at first it appears very small. It's like the littlest building block, the littlest toehold, like, you know, it's very tentatively taking a baby step out of this mental trap. A baby step. But even though it's a small step, it changes everything. You know, whatever, if this is a new relationship, it's nothing like the one that came before. You know, the one that came before went nowhere. But I don't think that's what it is. I think it's about this relationship that's kind of leveling up. Oh, I'm really sorry. That's my dishwasher. I thought I'd stopped it. It didn't stop it. And this is a little bit like there's change coming. Oh no, oh no, oh no, I can't do that. And then it's either doing it a bite at a time, a step at a time, a little, something becoming tangible out of this deep emotional change. But just a little at a time. On Death card, Four of Pentacles. Well, there'd been a holding back. There'd been hanging on to something old, the kind of resistance to the change. Four of Pentacles, a card of like being blocked. Being stuck. Trying to hold back. You know, I'm not going to show it, I'm not going to show it, I'm not going to show it. And maybe it might be because I'm transforming. I'm kind of in this cocoon. Somebody's in a kind of cocoon-like energy, maybe. Because they're undergoing a major transformation, and it's not kind of for public consumption. Either that or it's just a resistance to change. I'm staying put. I'm sticking with what I've got. You know, I'm not overwhelmed by these emotions that might require of me a big change. But major arcana cards here, Lovers, Justice, Death. That's a good progression. On Page of Pentacles, Three of Wands. You know, somebody, I think, wants to manifest something, even if it's a little bitty bit, that they can give to somebody else. They're waiting for that opportunity to be able to give a little bit. You know, I'm coming out of this clamped down place, says one of the people. I was guarding my emotions. I was holding them back. I was stuck up in my head. now I can offer a little bit. And it might be even, right now I can offer a bupkis. But in the future, Three of Wands, card of the future. In the future, I'll be busting out of this. The transformation will be complete. I won't have to hold back anymore. I'll be able to offer a little bit in the future. You know, I don't know. I don't know how that levels up. And it suggests it's in Libra time, you know, like somebody better get on the stick. I think it's somehow like a race between, you know, will I get the, on Justice card, 9 of Wands. I was going to say, will I be in a position to manifest even this little bit in the future? And will the little bit that I'm able to give now be enough to tide us over? You know, I see this opportunity, this tiny little building block in the future. I don't think that bodes well. Well, on Lovers, King of Swords. That's clarity. That's clarity in sword energy. That's like I can see my way to the right decision. I can see it. You know, truth be told, I know sword energy. Who's my person? If I have to choose, and I do, and it's been a struggle. 9 of Wands. I tried again and again and again, and now I'm basically pretty beaten up. Wounded warrior. But I've managed to do it, Wands energy, to on the level of my deepest, the deepest part of me. I've struggled to reach some kind of equilibrium, and I'm doing it. Wands energy, you know, like I'm almost there. And it may be like in Libra time, I'll arrive. Limp in, you know, because this person has been, it was a struggle to get here for this King of Swords, who may understand now their partnership is with Queen of Pentacles. They want to give. And I think, too, they know themselves well enough to know they're only just getting it. They may have tried again and again and again to, like, set this relationship straight. The two sides of the scale being plumb, equally balanced. And they've done it. Now they get it. Now they're able to, perhaps, to open up to the Queen of Pentacles. In Pentacles energy, she may have given up, have seen that there was an ending, Death card. And this is like a protective energy. I don't want to open myself to the feeling, Scorpio energy, that anything has changed. And if there's evidence of a change, it's really little. And there may be a request on the part of this King of Swords to, you know, I've been through it. I got here. I'm limping in. You know, wait for it. Wait for the little sign. Wait for this token of what I feel. For some reason, I'm annoyed, and maybe this is this. Is somebody annoyed? Yeah. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, why is she annoyed? And she may have known for a long time that this was an important relationship. And, you know, King of Swords is like getting it now. I've made my decision. I've made my choice. Here I am, bruised and beaten, but I'm here. We've been getting this again and again with this card, like, you're here, so what? You've changed, so what? And this could be almost like, I don't believe you. Why should I believe you've changed? You know, like, give me one good reason. And I think King of Swords is saying, here's the reason. Is it enough to tide us over? Because I'm almost there. You know, it could be like this person's almost, because as I say, justice can apply to some sort of legal decision. Like, I'm almost there. I've survived some kind of epic battle. I'm in the last, you know, tweak of some sort of court decision, maybe. You may be dealing with a Libra who is sort of truth, like, you know, I'm getting like, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Wow. Empress, High Priestess. Double dose of divine feminine energy. Well, part of the universe is saying, like, you're approaching a divine feminine. You know, quake in your boots. There's a little bit of that, particularly if you're saying, I can offer you a little bit in a little while. You know, this transformation may have taken me 4 years, during which time I held back, but I was trapped. And now I can offer a little bit in a little while. And they're making this offer of what I can make real. What's this, you know, what's the baby step? What's the beginning place? They're making that offer to divine feminine. Taurus energy, Gaia herself, like, really? You're going to... Because Empress doesn't chase. And I don't think she'd be inclined to wait if she was being offered, you know, after all this time, perhaps 4 years, a crumb, a little, you know, whatever they can fit through the bars. But now I'm getting the image of like the file baked in the cake. You know, the way out of jail, the way out of jail. King of Swords may have received some sort of insight that gave him the knowledge, you know, the file baked in the cake so that he could get out of the cage. You know, King of Swords was in a cage of their own mind. Was it, okay, was it of their own mind? They were pinned down by something. But, you know, High Priest is highly intuitive. She'd be able to read the vibes of how this person is approaching, what their intentions are. You know, and they're approaching Divine Feminine with this little dinky thing. And I think Divine Feminine will either like say, you know, buzz off, or kind of, aren't you brave? You've come to some understanding, some bit of knowledge that's like, can file through some truth that supersedes all this business. This Eight of Swords, I'm trapped, I can't think straight, I can't move. Enlightened, some bit of knowledge that they can use to get out of the cage. All of this. So on Empress we have, that's it, that's the file in the baked into the cake. You know, baked into whatever you bring into, comes into the prison house that this person has lived in, up in their heads. And suddenly they get it. They get it. They get, you know, the import of this relationship, what it means. You know, and it will entail them leveling up. They know some sort of truth. They want to show some sort of truth to Queen of Pentacles. You know, there's the sword, there's the sword. I'm telling the truth. You know, believe me, I'm telling the truth. Because they are quaking in their boots a little bit, because what they've been able to show is this dinky, the dinky thing, Page of Wands. Like I have an inkling of where to go. Once I get out of the cage, you know, it's a new path. I'm somehow breaking trail. You know, I'm on my way. And will this little thing I'm able to show be enough to breach the gap? You know, I'm actually moving forward now. In a page kind of a way. Into stability, into some kind of cooperative energy of making something real. Seven of Wands. That's a block or a resistance or a willingness to stand up for something against all these other forces, all these other potential directions, all these other demands. And it might be like I'm breaking trail, I'm taking the circuitous route around, you know, things that are in opposition to what I want to do. I want to cooperate. I think that's why it will take some time. they're busy like with the file. You know, holding something at bay so that they can make a breakthrough. Make a breakthrough. Okay, on 8 of Swords, Knight of Swords. Somebody's coming in with that truth, with that file, with that you know, the King of Swords is like on the move. Out of the cage. They've used some sort of information or understanding to file away at the bars of this mental block. And we've got kind of a double resistance here, but I think this is like holding something at bay, something else at bay, so that they can begin to move, Page of Wands, around the block toward something they want to make real, 3D, 3 of Pentacles. They want to work with somebody, build with somebody, and they're coming in to talk about it. And Queen of Pentacles is Knight of Pentacles. Well, she might be willing to hear them out, but would want things to go slowly. You know, it's been blocked for so long. Now there's a transformation. You say there's a transformation that you've managed to, you know, file the bars of whatever this. Tell us a little more about the 8 of Swords. They were trapped. I think Queen of Pentacles would proceed with caution because, for one thing, this person took so long, Knight of Pentacles. They're showing up now with the Pentacle, right? Page of Pentacles. And it's gotten a little bit bigger, this offer. They've come a little bit closer. They're closing the gap. It's gotten a little bit bigger. They're more present. They're more authentic. They're going to show up. Pentacles energy. And Queen of Pentacles, I think, is going to have a message to them. You know, slow your roll, cowboy. You want to come forward now, Page of Wands. You know, in this kind of curiosity, and let's see where we can take this. You know, together, 3 of Pentacles. Slow your roll. Like they're ready to rock and roll. And I think Divine Feminine is not wanting, because, I mean, really there's been a lot of confusion here. That may be getting resolved now. Death card, Scorpio card, transformation. Like somebody may have considered all the options. That may be why it took them so long. And it's also kind of like, a little bit, Queen of Pentacles is saying, you've considered all the options. Now you're deciding that this relationship is, you know, I get it now. I'm coming. I'm filing the bars of my cage. I've considered all the options too. And it's basically show yourself. You say you've gotten out of the cage, well, show up. And it's a little bit that way. It's a little bit like, you've got a truth to tell me, tell it to my face. Tell it to my face. Queen of Swords. Queen of Pentacles has kind of become a Queen of Swords. It's like, tell it to my face. Then I'll know whether you're telling the truth. This is a very discerning energy. Somebody who wants to hear the truth. You know, tell me something that will resolve this confusion. What is it you feel? You know, give it to me straight. Give it to me straight. Oh, gosh. Three of Swords. Why this happened? There was a hurt and a betrayal, perhaps caused by confusion. You know, this Queen of Swords didn't know, sword energy, what this other person felt. They'd never been told that. There'd been a whole lot of blocking and holding back. And it's like, what am I to do with that? Now you're ready, you want to embark on this, you're curious about building something between us, we can build something? Three of Pentacles, Three of Wands is 6 in Major Arcana, is Lovers. I think Queen of Swords is saying, I've been confused a long time about what you feel. It's put us in this kind of a place. Maybe Queen of Swords was actually put in a third party. And it doesn't matter the gender. It could be a he or a she. Was put in some kind of third party situation because somebody was trapped in some kind of cage. Now they've freed themselves. But I think she's, you know, slow your roll. Right there, stops. Explain it to me. How come we were in this separation? What happened? You know, what's the reason, sword energy? What's the explanation for this kind of behavior? Is there an explanation? But there is a leveling up, you see, so I think King of Swords will have a lot of explaining to do, and is kind of being put in the hot seat. Okay, 5 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. That's a card of kind of, you know, you left me in a place of sadness and mourning. It's often my widow energy card. You know, you left me here crying over you. You know, you left me here to recover, to do it by myself, to be strong enough to pull out of this kind of emotional nosedive. And I was. I stood up against this kind of bullshit. There is, in Strength card, a big element of compassion, though. Moon energy, again, Divine Feminine, and King of Cups. Somebody may be deeply in their feelings, their water energy, their moon energy. May have something to do with the upcoming full moon, which I believe is on the 18th. And this is the card of the 18th and of the moon. Something coming to consciousness, something getting ready to reveal itself. You know, in the realm of emotions, moon energy, water energy. The pull of Divine Feminine has exerted a bit, you know, he can feel it. It's opening his heart somehow on the 18th, on the full moon. And there may be something about the ability to overcome, to have the strength to overcome the lies and the sadness. The feeling, Cups energy, that I was lied to and left to mourn. And I think King of Swords is like leveling up. They're telling the truth. You know, they've gathered the courage to approach Divine Feminine and say, I've leveled up. You know, you have no idea what I went through to do that. I think Queen of Pentacles may say, let's go step by step and see what we really have here. Is it something of substance? Is there anything here to work with? You know, if I drop my guard, 7 of Wands, I expect something real. Not more of this. Not more of this. And King of Swords is saying, no more of that. Listen, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. Perhaps something I couldn't reveal until now because I was stuck somewhere where almost like the truth had to be corralled. You know, this circle of lies or something like that. Leaving that behind, coming forward with the truth. And now we have Page of Cups, an apology, in Cups energy, Tower, you know, I think this person has undergone a major epiphany, because Tower can mean that. An epiphany about, this is Scorpio energy, like the Death card. And it seems like a little thing again, like, I'm sorry, I blew it up. But I had to, in order to transform this other thing. Perhaps it was my sneaky behavior and the fact that I brought Queen of, you know, I brought this other person, this other half of me, this other half, Gemini energy, the twin, into a third-party situation, into this cloud of confusion. 7 of Cups. I lied about what I felt. And now I'm, you know, I'm revealing how I feel. King of Cups. Believe me. And this is a card of the mystery to me. It's like a willingness to enter the mystery of emotion. Because I figured something out, says King of Swords. Oh boy, I put an end to this out in the cold energy. You know, if King of Swords had left somebody out in the cold while they went and worked on something else, they put up a boundary, they left somebody out in the cold. And I think the other person mirrored them. You know, I can do this too. I'm Queen of Swords. I'm all about boundaries. You want a boundary? I'll show you a boundary. You know, it's because she, you know, she doesn't suffer fools or broke nonsense. You know, if you're here to tell me the truth, that you're sorry for like blowing it up, it is a card of epiphany. putting an end to some, oh God, just like some situation that left us both out in the cold. Fives indicate a need for change. You know, you have, both of us were sad. Both of us were out in the cold. There was a lie involved, perhaps a self-deception as well as a deception. No more of that. You know, there's no going back to that. But there is this tentative little, you know, can you forgive me? And maybe can we forgive each other for what went wrong in the past? Big transformations here. Death card, Tower. I see Tower as a card of Scorpio too. Big epiphanies about what was unstable and had to end. Had to end. You know, something wasn't built on a firm foundation, on a stable foundation. And the results were shitty for both of us, right? Both people out in the cold. That needs to change. And this may be the little offering. Now I can, it's tentative, you know, forgive me. Can we forgive each other for the fallout of this? That one? Can we forgive each other? Moon again. That card of the full moon on the 18th. Full moons are release. You know, can we end that cycle? Release it. You know, release all this negative energy, the, you know, what didn't happen, Five of Pentacles. Some sort of failure to make something real. Can we forgive the lies and the sadness and the hurt and maybe even forget the third-party injury that is lingering in, Queen of Swords is saying, it's like lingering in my brain. The confusion. And like I've decided to set a boundary against that. I'm not going back to that. And I think King of Swords, King of Cups is saying, there's no going back to that. I feel differently now. I'm open-hearted now about my divine feminine. I'm willing to enter the mystery because there are no guarantees that you know, can we ever guarantee to anybody that we'll never hurt them again, or that there'll never be trouble or struggle or in this or in any relationship? There's a big upsurge in feelings. Something's leveled up. Something's coming to consciousness. Moon card twice for both parties. A big release on the, I'm really getting on the 18th. And it's almost like speak now or forever hold your peace. Speak from the heart, you know, speak from the heart. No more shutting each other out. No more being locked in. That Tower energy, it's like I blasted my way out. I took this truth and used it to file away at the bars of whatever was holding me back. Believe it. And they've got some explaining to do. They hurt Three of Swords, Divine Feminine, 3 in Major Arcana. And she may have hurt them back by blocking. You know, you want to begin again to cooperate with me? No, thanks, man. It hurt. Is that it? There's forgiveness here. There's kind of compassion for the whole situation, which at one point really sucked for both parties. The lies, the sadness, the third party, the blah, 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 that is over. And we do have King and Queen of Swords. Both people understanding the relationship. Leveling up. End of the old cycle. No going back. Somebody sees it now. Both parties. And I think it's against great odds. You know, there was resistance on both sides, blocking on both sides, maybe lying on both sides, or self-deception. You know, like you lied to me and I took it hook, line, and sinker. Fighting my way back to the surface, back into equilibrium. I think that's it. That's it. Maybe in Libra time. Maybe in the nick of time. I'm rooting for this guy. I don't know. Because I think it's on King of Swords to really show it now. Show up, say it, own it. Male or female. No more lies. You know, and Queen of Swords is like, right, one more lie and I'll put up a boundary that you'll never get in. And he's going to try. He's going to open his heart. Let the feelings flow. Part of what's ended is his resistance and his coldness and his holding back from knowing this connection, from acknowledging it. And I think there's forgiveness here and compassion. Whatever happens, whether these two join forces or not, there's compassion for what went down. And that's lovely to see. I'll see you next time.